Welcome to the revision video for relationships issues. This is looking at what different religions think about relationships in the modern world. You need to know what both religions think about the idea of sex. I'm going to tell you first about what Christians think about sex. They do think it's a good thing. It expresses a loving, lifelong bond. They think people should be doing that only when they are married, and, to be specific, only to the people that they are married to. They do think when it comes to sex, people should never be treated as sex objects. They're still a special and important person. Their one concern about sex is the danger of STIs. This is still an issue around the world. Muslims believe that it is a gift from Allah, so that makes sex a sacred and holy thing. It's an act of worship, but only within marriage, so you should still be married before you have sex. Before that, it's forbidden. You should also act modestly and avoid tempting others. This means that people shouldn't wear clothing or act in a way that would make other people feel sexual unnecessarily. When it comes to contraception, different groups of Christians believe different things. Roman Catholics, one group of Christians, specifically believe it's wrong because it's against natural law. This is because they, and all Christians, believe that the purpose of sex is to have family. That means having children. Contraception would stop this. Contraception, some worry, can encourage people to have affairs because they believe that they can safely have sex without the risk of pregnancy or disease. Some Christians, on the other hand, believe that the use of contraception is important, particularly with the spread of HIV in recent years. One other benefit is it would avoid unwanted children, which means that no child would be born into a family where it wasn't loved. When it comes to Islam, their views on contraception are mixed. Some believe that Allah will give families the strength to cope with more children, which means you can have as many as you like. But they also believe that contraception is okay if both partners agree, and it's okay for health reasons, such as putting the mother's life at risk. However, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said not to have children you can't look after, because he believed in being a responsible parent and only be able to have the children that you can genuinely care for. The next big issue is marriage. In Christianity, they believe that marriage is also a gift from God. Christians, normally in a church, make vows. That means promises in front of God. They're not just promising to love each other to themselves and to their friends and family, but also to God himself. The rings that are exchanged are a sign of eternal love. In Islam, marriage is very, very important. Muslims are expected to marry. It's considered to be a duty within the religion to make sure that you have a family. It's a legal contract within this religion that grants both partners equal rights. It's a very simple ceremony where they declare their consent and sign a marriage certificate, so much more formal than the Christian wedding. The groom gives the bride money, and readings from the Quran, their holy book, are made. Sex outside of marriage. This basically means people having affairs. Both religions are 100% against this. For Christians, it breaks one of the 10 commandments, and Muslims will be flogged according to Sharia law. Divorce. In Christianity, some people believe if you remarry after you've had a divorce, it's still adultery because you've promised to love that person forever in front of God, not just as a legal contract. They think that marriage is sacred. That's a holy and special thing. Roman Catholics, the group of Christians I mentioned earlier, allow you to separate but won't allow you to remarry if the partner is alive, or at least not within a church. Divorced Church of England followers can remarry with a bishop's permission. That basically means it depends on the circumstances. What's the most loving thing to do? Within Islam, divorce is allowed, but it is incredibly hateful to Allah. Basically, their God does not like the idea. The couple have to wait 3 months. This is just in case the wife is pregnant. Then, If she isn't, the husband returns the dowry, the money he was given upon marriage. If the wife chooses, he doesn't have to support her. However, he always has to support any children he has had, because he is responsible for those children. This is a very, very important thing in Islam, the idea of family and the responsibility to be a good parent.